Welcome to round 5 of the V8 Supercars Championship here at Gone Broke Racing. This week we're in the great US of A at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. So let's go through the starting lineup. Jason Benz sets the pole with a 130.581. Armando Edwards starts second, Hooper third, and Colbert fourth. As we go through the rest of the lineup, let's talk a little bit about this track. So this will be the first time that the national circuit will be used. Typically this is a 20-turn course, about 3.5 miles. We will be using the shorter course, which is about 2.3 miles. It's still just as technical, they're just the backside of the track with the longer back straight will not be used in this event. This race will consist of 35 laps. Again, tire wear will play a key factor in this one. There'll be a variety of strategies in play, using a combination of the soft and more intermediate tires. Today's grid is 22 cars. It's sure to be an exciting start as the cars go up the hill at turn 1 and then make the 180-degree left-hand turn down through the S's. We'll start this one at the middle of the front straight. Engines are revved, and here we go. And everybody gets a pretty good start. And Edwards has the inside line going into turn 1. Ben's just to the outside. Dawson taking a look. We'll back up. That's Hooper goes wide. He'll drop a couple of spots. And it looks like Edwards will indeed take the lead to start this race. And it looks like that's Sherbert. He must have got punted off there. No front bumper. Must have had contact with the car in front of him. And Ben's not letting Edwards get too far in front of him. He ducks to the inside there. I think he's just trying to make sure Edwards knows he's there. And that's Kurt Lang cuts off Ed Durbin, and they make contact. So that rivalry continues. Haven't even got through the first lap. So this should be a good race. It does appear that the top two cars are on soft tires. I believe Colbert has intermediate, so his tires should last a little bit longer. Those running on the inners can get away with a one-stop race. Those on softs, minimum of 2, and some may even have to go with 3. Pretty single file through the penultimate corner, and around the last corner, back onto the front straight. Dropped a spot here. Looks like Dawson did get around him. Man, that's Hooper taking a peek to the inside. Colbert, I don't know if he didn't see him there, but he kind of chopped down on his nose, and that's going to force Hooper to drop back a few car lengths. On board with Green. He's really picked up pace the last day or so during practice. Great shot of him going through the S's. Making the left through the cutoff. This is John Nelson and Marvin Moore. I believe this is for 7th. And I do know for a fact that Nelson is going for a one-stop strategy. Hawks tries to take a big dive there, locks him up. Luckily doesn't make contact with either of those two cars, but I think he saw a quick opening, tried to shoot for it, but then thought better of it. It looks like Moore caught the left rear of Nelson, spun him around. Hawks is able to get through, but they make contact and will drop several spots. And Tony Diamond said thank you very much as he moved up 3 positions. And here is a very cool shot of the tower here at the Circuit of the Americas. We were coming to the track this morning. That's the first thing you see. Very, very impressive. As you see our leaders, Edwards and Benz, coming back up through turn 1. Still nose to tail. And then there's a tight group there for 4th through 8th. You can see how steep this turn 1 incline is. The car really wants to push wide there as they make the left-hander. Colbert's tires definitely starting to drop off there. He's still keeping Hooper behind him. bumper is able to get around him, but then Colbert's coming right back at him. Little bumping. Not a lot of love lost between these two guys, and Colbert goes wide, and he's going to drop at least 2 spots as Juliet sneaks by. And Green trying to use the draft down the front straight. Does have the position through the corner here. Colbert able to get the power down a little bit quicker, but runs up on the curb, and that will allow Green to make the pass. So Colbert drops to 7th. A little bit further back in the pack, that's Robert Lang goes wide up on the curb as Jimmy Reagan closing in on him. This is for 17th position. Every point counts in this championship. So you'll see just as hard a driving at the back of the pack as you do at the front. And Lang goes wide, and Reagan will make the pass. Unfortunately, Kelly Gingras had an ECM module fail on his car, and his day is done. That's too bad. He was having a good run. And back up to the front, lap 7. Ben still right on Edwards' bumper. A little bit closer this time, using the slipstream. Locks it up, tries to get the car stopped. Edwards goes wide, gives him plenty of room, and Bentz will take the lead. And there continues to be some really good action mid-pack. I believe 10th through 15th. That's Sweeney that goes wide there, and Capon will move up into the top 10. So he's had a really good race so far. Coming up the hill. Capon power slides through. Oh, 3 cars trying to go through the corner at the same time. Contact. Doesn't look like anybody has any significant damage, but I think they learned that you can't go 3 wide through that corner too easily. And this is Robert Lang, and that's Sherburne. Oh, he's got no front bumper. He slid right over into Lang. Having a hard time controlling that car. This is for 5th between Juliet and Green. Juliet starting to lose grip a bit. Green had a good run through that corner. Pushing hard, giving each other room. Great racing. And Green will indeed move up to 5th. Looks like the first of the cars will pit. This is only 8 laps in. This is Hawks. So he apparently is going to go with a 3 pit stop strategy today, it appears. See how that plays out. This is Sid Collins and Reagan. Reagan on the outside. And loses the back end, comes around on him and hits the wall. Heavy front damage. And I think he'll get it back underway, but he's got an entire lap to try to get around to pit road. And this is Hawks after pitting just a lap or 2 ago. He's got real fresh tires. It's by Sheldon, trying to get by Sweeney. As you can see, having the fresher tires, he's able to hug the corners tighter and get into the throttle quicker and make the pass. And this is Edwards, huge turn of events. He's got a right front that's down. He was running in 2nd. Either tried to push it a little too far or ran over some debris. As he goes in, the other front tire blows. Some very bad luck for one of the contenders for the win here today. And this is on board with Hawks. The battle for 5th between him and Dawson. Another lockup. That's the 2nd time he's locked it up through that corner. Trying to stay tight to give Dawson a little bit of room. These two are going back and this section, really easy to lose grip. Got to really feather that throttle to keep it under control. And Green is in the lead, followed by Colbert and Benz. I don't believe Green is pit yet. And Benz gets into the back of Colbert. Gives him a little honk. I think Benz definitely has fresher tires. Colbert's trying to go with a longer run there. And this was our leader, Green, in the garage. Apparently he had an electrical failure, lost all power. Man, you really got to start wondering about the reliability of these Fords. But as I say that, Tony Diamond in a Ford has moved his way up to 5th. Just made a nice pass on Nelson. Further back at Durbin, really starting to struggle. He spins around right in front of Collins. Luckily he doesn't make contact, trying to get it turned back around. I think he's running on cords. I'm not sure. He's going to have to try to get that car back to the garage. Just baby it back home. And this is Juliet on the bumper of Hooper. Hooper had to serve a drive-through a little bit ago for speeding through pit lane. And as we've seen a few times today, you can really utilize that slipstream to make a pass on the front straight going into turn 1. And Juliet does just that. So, 10 laps to go. Our leader, Jason Bentz, followed by Colbert. Hawks in 3rd. Diamond 4th. And Juliet in 5th. And this is Robert Lang. He's got a flat tire. Going across the track, Hawks narrowly avoids clipping the front end there and ruining his day as well. And as you can see, there's Lang. I think his car is overheated. He's going to probably sit there the rest of the race. And this is Capon. Has moved up to 9th. Just made a pass on Sherburne. So quietly having an excellent race today. He's going for his first top 10 of the season. Nicely done. Just a few laps to go. This is a battle for 4th between Dawson, Diamond, and Hooper. They pit just a few laps ago, but oh, as I say that, Dawson goes over the curb and spins it right around. Horrible luck there. And now Diamond's got to contend with Hooper, who has a couple laps fresher tires, so we'll keep an eye on that. And this is between Kurt Lang and Reagan, getting further back in the pack, but the battles continue. Every point is valuable, and Reagan again hits the wall, having a rough day, but not giving up. Last lap, Jason Bentz is going to win this. Colbert will finish 2nd. Hawks 3rd. Diamond in 4th, just with a few laps to go, but Hooper's right up on his bumper. And Hooper gives him a little bump and run. And that will have him finish in 4th. And Diamond will get a top 5. Jason Bentz gets his first GBR V8 Supercars victory in just 2 starts. Nicely done. And here are your results. And the standings after 6 races. Hooper still in 1st after a 4th place finish today, but Colbert closes the gap a bit, and Edwards in 3rd. Well, I hope you enjoyed our first ever event here at the Circuit of the Americas. In 2 weeks, we'll head to Darwin, Australia for a 2-race event at Hidden Valley Raceway.